This is your goofy Uncle GreatTreeJam, and I want to welcome you back to my Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. Last time we left off, we finally faced down Matriarch Benezia and defeated her, but not before she told us about Saren, about Sovereign, and the process of indoctrination. We also made a very momentous decision regarding the Rachni race. We let the Rachni Queen go, and this is going to have some consequences for us in the future. But for right now, we've got to take care of the hot labs. There's rogue Rachni running all over the place that are insane because they've been separated from their mother, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do. So in order to keep the facility safe and keep the area, relatively secure, we've got to go in and wipe out whatever insane Rachni are at peak 15. It's sad, but we have no other way to do it. It's got to be done. So let's talk to Tartakovsky and figure out what the situation is here at the hot labs.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
A 1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
So this is what the Rachni Queen was talking about in the last episode. The Rachni Queen mentioned that her babies, her young, had become insane as a result of being separated from her, and now there's no other choice but to wipe them out. So let's talk to Mira and get a little sit-rep on the area.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
How many Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry, the sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
Are there any survivors in here?
Lady Benezia, an executive secretary of Binary Helix, is on the operations deck. There are no other living crew members within the lab structure.
I wonder how Mira does not detect that Tartakovsky's in the next room, but okay.
What's the status of the facility?
Containment breach in Laboratory Pod Gamma. The neutron purge system is functional, but has not been armed.
Alright, let's go ahead and ask about the neutron purge.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable materials are brought together to form a critical mass. Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
We would be wise to avoid touching any controls without reading the instructions.
That is advisable for all systems within this facility.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
6 Emperor Tyrann.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Who would have those codes?
Director of Operations Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
We're moving on.
Logging you out, Commander.
Love how Shepard has a very dry sense of humor sometimes. Let's go ahead and get to talk to Dr. Tartakovsky. I don't know if it's a doctor or if he's just an administrator. Well, we're gonna talk to this guy and let's go ahead and get the codes from him.
I need to get my blood
Rex?
flowing.
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
Oh boy. Well, that didn't work out too well. Okay, let's go ahead and take this Rachni out real quick. Okay.
Perimeter secured.
And unfortunately, Tartakovsky did not make it. I kind of want to give him a medal for having the best death scream in Mass Effect 1. You know, I salute you, good sir. But yeah, Tartakovsky did not make it. So we need to go ahead and make your sacrifice mean something and put an end to these insane Rachni. It's kind of sad that we have to wipe out the Rachni here, but we don't have a choice. They're insane. The Queen even acknowledged that they're pretty much unstable, so we've got to do it for pretty much the good of everyone in this station.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Alright, we don't have any time to lose. We've got 2 minutes counting down the clock, but unfortunately we've got an entire facility of angry Rachni to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the clock. We got to keep moving. Let's keep getting our way through these Rachni real quick. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get a tech ability on this guy, so I can stun him real quick. Keep him still so I can keep gunning him down. Since we're at this distance, I don't think that they're gonna actually try and charge. So we only have 2 more Rachni, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you don't have high-level gear, I suggest that you do not try and fight all these Rachni. I suggest that you just book it for the elevator as fast as you can.
Negative contact, Shepard.
Alright, we're looking pretty good. We got 1 minute. Let's get the hell out of here. And it looks like we made it out with time to spare. And that is the end of the hot labs. We went ahead and put down the insane Rachni. It was unfortunate, but we did not have any other choice. It was that or risk having this the Rachni break out and kill more people on Noveria. So we did what had to be done. But we're pretty much done here with Noveria. We stopped Matriarch Benezia. We found out that she was not entirely acting under her own will, that something was influencing her. And it's unfortunate that we had to put her down, but we didn't have a choice. Again, we kind of get forced in situations where we have to gun people down, or gun things down. And we also, but on the bright side, we helped out the people on Peak 15, so we get to go home with a little, fuzzy feeling in our heart. And we, try to stay as Paragon as we could. But now that we're done here, it's time to head back on the Normandy and get a little debriefing with some of our crew members. So I will see you guys there.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Noveria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Noveria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
So the Turian Counselor is not too happy that we unleashed the Rachni Queen, but I have it on good faith that the Rachni Queen does intend, that she does have the well-being of the galaxy in her mind, so I'm pretty confident on letting her go. So we need to go ahead and debrief some of the crew members, and unfortunately we're not going to have time to get to all of them in this episode, but let's go ahead and talk to Joker, and then let's move on from there.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Noveria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
Joker man.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Oh, Joker. You're great, bro. But yeah, I think that we are pretty much done on Noveria. So you know what that means is that we're actually going to need to upload a Codex vid right after this. But my more immediate concerns are getting debriefing with all the rest of the crew members and getting a little bit of one-on-one time with them. And then once we get that done, I'm probably going to head to the Citadel and talk to Anderson and Udina and get their feedback on the situation. Don't really need that meta gel, but, you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and talk to Liara, and I think this probably be the only crew member that we can get to. This probably be the last thing that we do for now. So let's talk to her, and let's get an idea of how she's faring after her mother's death.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful. And now she is gone.
Are you gonna be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
One thing that I wish that Mass Effect 1 could have done well is the relationship between Liara and her mother remains largely unexplored. I mean, Liara's spent all this time away from her mother, and the time that we do get to meet her mother is when we have to take her out. And I feel they could have built that up a little bit, help us as the audience understand the relationship between Liara and her mother, understand that just a little bit better. But this is what we get, and oh well, we'll just have to plug on and see what we can do. So let's talk to Liara a little bit more about herself.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Alright, we got a little background on Liara, and I just want to note how awkward it is to be hitting on Liara right after her mother died. Just automatically go into the romance section. I mean, come on, Shepard. Really? But anyway, let me go ahead and grab stuff in this locker, and I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a vid. I don't think we're going to get enough time to get Caden's full backstory, because I want to talk to him next. And I also want to let him know that I'm interested in Liara and not. No, we don't, sorry Caden, you're a bro, but not going to be dating, man. It's not going to happen in this playthrough. Sorry, dude. Peace. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We've got quite a bit to do. I'm thinking about this codex vid I'm going to have to make in the near future, probably very soon. But for now, I just want to say this is a GreatTreeJam, and I want to thank you for joining me in this grand adventure, and I hope to see you in the next episode. So I wish you a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in this universe or the next. And I will see you next time. But until then, bye-bye. Bye.